So where am I? I am right behind Harrah's. If I pan to the left, there's Harrah's. This is, I think, a shuttle picks people up and brings them to the horseshoe. It's about a mile away, 2 miles. The Missouri River is right there. If you could see the bridge in the background. So during the floods, one year we got a lot more precipitation in the winter than usual. When this area flooded, this like tube, this circular piece on top, this was all you could see. If you were in a Harrah's room and you looked out the window, you couldn't see this bottom structure. It was underwater. You could just see that tube barely coming out from the water. That's how much it flooded. And how fitting, something that was drowning, that's not anymore, because that's me. I did not have my worst losing day of all time. It was not a trick at all. I fully intended on that being the end of the night when I was down 900 and I was in the stairwell and I was talking to the camera. I went to Golden Corral. I ate quite a bit of chicken and rice, favorite meal. I was on the phone with someone back in the Airbnb, and then I wasn't tired. And again, I had no problem with how I had played any of those hands. It's just that none of them worked out for me. And I went back to the casino at about 1:30 a.m. Had a pocket queens hold up. At one point it was a 4-way pot. At showdown it was heads up. Queens held up, and then this guy made a very, very, very small 3-bet. And of course I was getting plenty of odds to continue with a okay pocket pair. I improved, he didn't. I got him for everything he had left. Actually, it would have been way more. He lost a lot the hand before, but I got everything he had left at the time. And I was in for 300, out for 552. So I made 252. So my minus 900 turned into minus 648. Still a pretty terrible day, but it was not my worst day ever. So it's still minus 880. It was in summer 2018 at MGM National Harbor, where I lost 880 in one day, and then kind of drove to Maryland Live halfway, came back, thought about walking back to the Airbnb, paid like $24 for a 2-mile cab ride. Anyway, yeah, I was feeling fine. I wasn't mad, I wasn't tilted. I just don't like playing when I'm down that much. It just seems insurmountable. I don't have a lot of days where I've been down and come back. I could remember one day out here where very early on I lost boat to boat, and I remember leaving with over 1,500. So I guess I was in for about 6, out for about 1,500, 1,600. I remember one day a long time ago in Wisconsin, just kind of losing small pots all day. I was probably down like a buy-in, and then I won 2 huge pots around hour 17 and hour 18. And had a really good winning day. So people could say whatever they want. You're playing well, stay. It's a good table stay. I could remember vividly 2 instances in like 10,500 hours where the day started off with like a couple of catastrophes, and I came back to have a great day. It just doesn't happen that often for me. If it happens for you, great. It doesn't happen for me. I don't feel like I'm playing my best after losing that much for whatever reason, bad runouts or bad play. I don't feel like I'm playing my best at that point. My mind isn't quite right, and I don't enjoy it, and I don't seem to come back that often. So I have a pretty quick stop loss, but I also play a style where it doesn't happen frequently at all. So I was about to leave. I was going to be done for the day. I did leave at minus 900, and after a few hours I was just kind of bored and awake, and I knew plenty of games were still going, so I went back and made 252 back. So minus 648. Sorry to disappoint everyone, mostly the miserable trolls. I know you guys were counting on me having the worst day of my life pretty soon, but sorry to disappoint you. Only minus 648, which to me is awful. There's probably only been like 7 or 8 times I had a worse day than that in my life, but it was not the minus 900. Went back, won a little of it back.